নমস্কার বন্ধুরা, এডুকেশান কালচার ইউটিউব চ্যানেলে তোমাদের প্রত্যেককে স্বাগতম। তোমরা যারা ম্যাকআউটের আন্ডারে বর্তমানে সেকেন্ড সেমিস্টারে স্টুডেন্টরা রয়েছো, তো তোমাদের জন্য খুব ইম্পর্ট্যান্ট যে সাবজেক্ট সেটা হচ্ছে কিন্তু ইংলিশ। তো সেই ইংলিশ সাবজেক্টটারই আমি সাজেশান ভিডিও আপলোড করছি। অলরেডি দুটো ইউনিটের সাজেশান ভিডিও আমার এই চ্যানেল থেকে আপলোড হয়ে গেছে। আজকে থার্ড ইউনিট আইডেন্টিফাইং কমন এরর্স ইন রাইটিং নিয়ে আলোচনা করব। ওভারভিউ: দিস কম্প্রিহেন্সিভ স্টাডি গাইড হাইলাইটস দ্য কোর মেকানিক্স, অ্যাডভান্স এজ কেসেস and high-yield concepts required to diagnose and correct common errors in writing English. Mastering these categories ensures precision, clarity, and professionalism in structural writing. Subject-Verb Agreement. The intervening phrase trap. Phrases such as well as, along with, in addition to, or accompanied by do not modify the grammatical number of the subject. The verb must agree strictly with the primary subject. The correlative conjunction rule. When subjects are linked by either or neither nor, the verb must agree in number with the closer subject. Indefinite pronouns: strictly singular, each, everyone, someone, nobody, either, neither. Strictly plural: both, few, many, several. Context dependent: all, any, more, most, none, some. Determined by the noun in the succeeding prepositional phrase. Collective nouns: nouns like family, committee, staff, or audience take a singular verb when operating as a singular, ununified entity, but a plural verb when the individual member acts independently. Application examples: the manager along with his entire team is attending the conference. Neither the manager nor the team members are responsible for the error. Noun pronoun agreement. Ambitious antecedents: a pronoun must clear any ambiguity regarding the specific noun it replicates. If a sentence contains multiple potential antecedents, it must be restructured. Compound antecedents: when antecedents are joined by neither nor or either or, the pronoun matches the number of the closer antecedent. Singular: they. Modern style guides including APA and Chicago Manual of Style formally accept the use of they, them, their as a singular pronoun when referring to a person whose gender is unknown or irrelevant, replacing the traditional redundant he or she. Application example: ambiguous: the teacher told the student that she had won the award, and unclear who won. Corrected: the teacher announced, "You have won the award," to the student. 3.3 Misplaced and dangling modifiers. Structural distinctions. Misplaced modifier: a modifier placed too far from the noun it describes, making the sentence evocative or misleading. Dangling modifier: a modifier describing a noun that has been completely omitted from the sentence. Limiting modifiers: the placement of words like only, almost, just, and nearly changes the syntax and structural meaning entirely depending on their location. Application example: dangling. Walking down the main street, the beautiful skyscrapers came into view. Corrected. Walking down the main street, we saw the beautiful skyscrapers come into view. 3.4 Article Phonetics Rule Sound versus Letter. The choice between A and N is governed entirely by the initial phonetic sound of the following word, not its spelling. Definite and indefinite. Use the indefinite article A or N for non-specific references or when introducing a count noun for the first time. Use the definite article the for specific elements, items previously mentioned or unique global entities. The zero articles. Articles are typically omitted when referencing abstract concepts, non-count material, or plural count nouns used in a generic sense. Application example: he received an honorable mention at a university graduation. Prepositions. Idiomatic preposition. Many prepositional selections are fixed idioms rather than logical expression. Writers must memorize fixed combinations. Examples: comply with, different from, capable of. Temporal and spatial scales. At times 9 a.m. Or precise points or locations at the entrance. On, used for days or dates on Monday or horizontal or vertical surfaces on the table. In, used for unspecific or large periods in 2026 in the morning or includes spaces or geographic regions in the building in France. Redundancies and tautology. Elimination unnecessary repetitive words that duplicates semantic meaning. Example: changing past history or history, or summarize briefly to summarize. RAS syndrome, avoiding redundant acronym syndrome, which occurs when the final word of an acronym is repeated right after it. Example: pin number, ATM machine. Clichés. 3.7 Impact on professional writing. Overused idioms lost descriptive impact and clarity and can obscure meaning across diverse or non-native audiences. Formal style guides required literal extract alternatives. Application example: clinches. We need to think outside the box to get the lion's share in the market. Professional: we must develop innovative strategies to capture the majority of the market. Practical assessment. Test your knowledge on these high yield grammatical principles. Choose the correct answer. The legal counsel along with the cooperative executives are reviewing the contract terms. The legal counsel along with the corporate executives is reviewing the contract terms. C. The legal counsel along with the corporate executives are reviewing the contract terms. Or option D. Legal counsel along with the corporate executives have reviewed the contract terms. এটা হচ্ছে আমাদের 1 নম্বর প্রশ্ন। তো 1 নম্বর প্রশ্নের কারেক্ট অ্যান্সার হচ্ছে অপশান বি। 1 নম্বর প্রশ্নের আমাদের কারেক্ট অ্যান্সার হচ্ছে অপশান বি। দ্য লিগাল কাউন্সিল অ্যালং উইথ দ্য কর্পোরেট এক্সিকিউটিভস ইজ রিভিউইং দ্য কন্ট্রাক্ট টার্ম। এটাকে যদি এক্সপ্লেন করি তাহলে এরকম দাঁড়ায়, দেখো, the phrase along with the corporate executives is an intervening parenthetical phrase and does not change the singular status of the subject, the legal counsel. Therefore, the singular verb is reviewing is correct. Okay, next question number 2. Identify the sentence that resolves or pronounce ambiguity. Option A. When Sarah and Clara completed the presentation, she submitted it to the director. Sarah told Clara that her presentation notes were missing. C. After completing the presentation with Clara, Sarah submitted it to the director. Option D. The presentation was submitted to the director because she asked for it. 2 নম্বর প্রশ্নের আনসার হচ্ছে অপশন সি। explanation. In option C, it is structural absolute that Sarah was the individual who submitted the document. Option A, B and D use she or her ambiguously where it could refer to either individual. নেক্সট 3 নম্বরে আমরা চলে যাব। 3 নম্বর কি বলছে, হুইচ সেন্টেন্স কন্টেন্স আর ড্যাংলিং মডিফায়ার। অপশন এ, হ্যাভিং রিভিউড দ্য ফাইনাল ফাইন্যান্সিয়াল ডেটা দ্য অ্যাকাউন্টেন্ট ফাইল্ড দ্য ট্যাক্স রিটার্ন while analyzing the chemical compound a sudden power outage corrupt the lab data. C, exhausted from the cross country flight the consultant slept through the morning alarm. Option D, to pass the board examination students must dedicate significant hours to deep study. হচ্ছে অপশন হচ্ছে সি, the modifier while analyzing the chemical compound logically accepts a person or researchers to follow immediately after. Instead it is followed by a sudden power outage making it sounds as if the power outage was analyzed the component. 4 কি বলছে দেখো, সিলেক্ট দ্য ফ্রেজ দ্যাট কারেক্টলি ইমপ্লিমেন্টস আর্টিকেল রুলস। অপশন এ, আ হিস্টোরিক milestone and a unique perspective. B, an historic milestone and an unique perspective. C, an historic milestone and a unique perspective. And D, option A historic milestone and an unique perspective. চারেরটার আনসার হচ্ছে অপশান এ, পাঁচেরটা হচ্ছে সি। চারেরটা হচ্ছে অপশান এ। অপশান এ কী ছিল, এ হিস্টোরিক মাইলস্টোন অ্যান্ড এ ইউনিক পার্সপেক্টিভ। নেক্সট 5 নম্বর, ফিল ইন দ্য ব্ল্যাঙ্ক। দ্য অপারেশনস ডিপার্টমেন্ট মাস্ট কমপ্লাই ড্যাশ দি নিউ রেগুলেশনস হুইচ আর এন্টায়ারলি ডিফারেন্ট ড্যাশ দি প্রিভিয়াস পলিসিস। অপশান এ, টু অর দেন। অপশান বি, উইথ অর দেন। অপশান সি, উইথ অর ফ্রম। অপশান ডি, টু অর ফ্রম। The answer হচ্ছে অপশান সি। Idiomatically the verb comply pairs exclusively with the preposition with and the adjective different pairs exclusively with the form. Okay.